Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Thursday. Glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message: when Heisenberg was certain. We're going to go back to World War II, August 6, 1945. 10 German scientists were sitting in a quiet English country house. They believed they already knew the answer to one of the greatest scientific questions in history. Then the radio announced that the United States had destroyed Hiroshima with a single atomic bomb. No one in the room believed it. Among the scientists was Werner Heisenberg, one of the most brilliant physicists who ever lived. For years, Heisenberg had been convinced an atomic bomb was impractical. His calculations told him it would require several tons of uranium-235. Now, if that were true, building such a weapon during a world war was nearly impossible. But then came Hiroshima. As the evidence became undeniable, Heisenberg returned to his notebook and worked through the problem again. And this time he found he made a mistake. The amount of uranium required wasn't measured in tons, it was measured in kilograms. One of the greatest scientific minds in history had been wrong. Now, history remembers Werner Heisenberg for the uncertainty principle, which states that the more precisely you know a particle's position, the less precisely you can know its momentum, and vice versa. It's not a limitation of our measuring tools, but a fundamental property of how nature works at the quantum level. Yet, one of the defining moments of his own life wasn't about uncertainty, it was about certainty. He was certain his answer about the atomic bomb was correct. He was certain the bomb could not be built. He was wrong. And that's ironic, and it's delicious, and I think it's interesting. We spend so much time in our lives trying to eliminate uncertainty. We want guarantees before we start a business, apply for the promotion, ask someone on a date, change careers, write a book, or chase the dream. But maybe uncertainty isn't the enemy. Maybe unwarranted certainty is, because certainty often causes us to stop asking questions. It convinces us we've already found the answer. Now, Henry Ford is often credited with saying, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And whether Ford said it or not, the idea endures because it points to a really powerful truth. Our assumptions shape our actions. If we assume something is impossible, we usually stop trying long before we discover whether it really is or not. Now, if one of the smartest people who ever lived could look at one of history's greatest engineering challenges and conclude it can't be done, maybe we should be a little bit more humble about our own assumptions. So the next time you catch yourself saying, that'll never work, or I'll never be able to do that, remember Werner Heisenberg. One of history's greatest minds was wrong. Your assumptions might be too. So don't give up so easily. The impossible has a way of becoming possible the moment someone questions what everyone else is certain about. So think about that, because that is today's Red Mic message. I hope you found it interesting or helpful. And of course, today's date, August 6th. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's in the history books. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Still haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do for hashtag Fun Friday. Got a couple of ideas, but I haven't settled yet. So join me tomorrow and you'll find out when we all do. How about that? I'll see you next time. And until then, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.